really crazy surprise on a Thursday night. This is my friend Jay's 1995 Sherwood Green LS Legend Coupe. He mysteriously reached out to me today about getting together this afternoon, and I should have known something was up his sleeve, because lo and behold, this car that I just had looked at on Auto Trader in Colorado yesterday is now sitting at my local Starbucks. 130,000 miles. So all I can say is welcome to the fam. Yet again, I'm putting this old thing to work. I had to grab a couple 2x4s today for a little backyard screened-in patio project. So headed back to the house now. A few of you can relate to this, but one of my favorite things is finding dirt in places that you can't even see and getting a chance to clean it. So look what I find behind these tail lamps. I was just going to replace a bulb and then realized I might as well tackle this while I'm at it. So here we go. That's better. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and swap taillights. So here's one that's clean from the junkyard, compared to the one that's I'm taking off the vehicle has a crack up here on the top corner. So good chance to do this while we're at it. Just making sure I got everything connected right, and it looks like I did. I finally got smart, cleaned up the floor in here using a bunch of kitty litter that sat for a couple weeks, swept it up today, and went and bought some drip trays so I can finally sort of track what's happening under this thing and evaluate just how bad it is. Depending on which resources you're looking at, they do call this the world's largest sundial in some places of the interwebs. I decided it was a worthy place to pit stop on my little Saturday morning cruise in the SLX to Cave Creek, Arizona. It's a cowboy town that is kind of artsy-fartsy, but it's a fun place to hang out, very beautiful scenery. He's back for another round of test drives, 2020. Let's take the SLX for a spin. This is the last of the cars that Chris needed to drive. Take a left here. And I think you've now aced them all. In fact, he got the Integra sedan just 2 days before it's getting picked up to go to Florida, so that was the nick of time. I'm loading this thing up because it's gonna go on Monday morning to get dropped off for a fog lamp install. I'm gonna give them everything I have in terms of spare parts, including some nice stuff, some not so nice stuff, some rusty stuff. We'll see what they can do with it. Okay, the SLX is going away today for some cosmetic enhancements up front. I'm having my fog lamps installed at a body shop just up the way. USA Collision here on Cave Creek Road. They do a lot of restoration stuff. He was just showing me that old Mercedes. So they'll get it knocked out this week, he said. That's gonna deliver me my SLX now. So I officially have working fog lamps now, and that was a long time coming. I'll have to show you guys the amount of work that went into this in terms of just dealing with that notorious rust that I've been fighting. So we're gonna start the weekend off right with some fancy new lights for my SLX. And as I've said many times in this restoration progress, I think I'm done now, like with the main stuff I wanted to do. Mechanically, this thing still needs a few things, like, you know, figuring out whatever's leaking still, and it has a weird issue right now with pulling it out of park if the engine is cold, like it's shift release or something, but more stuff to sort out, the long road ahead. Giving this very thirsty SLX a fresh tank of gas. Just for precaution's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and have a guy come over tomorrow and put a clear bra cover on these, because they're really prone to rock chipping and cracking. I don't want to have to source new lenses anytime soon. So to me, it's worth the 25 bucks per side to have him come throw that on there. And these old unused bumpers are going in the trash. They're too rusty to be anybody, to do anybody any good, so off with them. And they're actually working. I love it. Okay, I'm all set now. I had a guy over here this morning doing the paint protection or clear film on the lights. Of course, this is so old, there's no kit available for it, so he just did it freehand. The SLX could use a bath. I'll probably get to that next week sometime. But that is gonna wrap it up for this special project. And then we'll see what the upcoming weeks and months hold.